Be the safety net every carry needs. If they stray too far away, reel them right back on in under your carrying wing. I've been loving every single second of playing FaZe. Win or lose, it's been incredibly satisfying to pull off 6 saves where your teammates would have otherwise perished into the abyss. Setting up kills with energy lance, blinding would-be attackers, watching them swing into walls with psychic flare, going Super Saiyan with hyperflux. It has been a fun ride. I've been tweaking my builds and I wanted to take a deep dive into the FaZe deck build I've been using most often. Perhaps, maybe, just maybe, there's some secret sauce in this deck build guide for you, but first, let's take a look at my ability upgrade path. Now for my ability upgrades, I typically pick up Telekinetic Link at level 1. I alternate that sometimes if I'm on voice comms with teammates. I will use Energy Lance to kind of set up early game kills. Got to have that communication there in order to use that effectively. At level 2, I typically pick up Energy Lance, level 3, Psychic Flare, level 4, Psychic Flare as well. By level 5, obviously, I'm picking up Hyperflux, and after level 5, I'm focusing on upgrading Psychic Flare, followed by Telekinetic Link, and Energy Lance is the last ability that gets maxed. Obviously, I'm upgrading Hyperflux whenever it's up and available to reduce that cooldown on that ability. Now, my early game build. The very first card that I pick up is Circlet of Health. I picked this up because the passive regen that is nearby your allies, it allows the carry to double dip. So they get 2.8 health regen passively from that AoE, but they also get your base health regen, which is 4.1. So they end up around 7 health regen, despite yours only being 4.1. So that's why that card can be such a vital early game pickup. At my first back, 3 points, I pick up Lord's Ward, got to get vision on the map, super important. The next card I pick up at 6 points is Gift of the Rains. Max that one all out with health regen, 1 pointers. And then my flex card. If there's another phase on the enemy team, I will pick up Thick Blood for that passive, which reduces the effectiveness of healing by 40%. That is Blight. So Blight is awesome against enemy phase players or heavy lifesteal deck enemy teams. By mid game, very first card I pick up, 9 pointer, Savage Remedy. Put that with all 2-point health regen cards. Next card I pick up is Tuned Barrier, 15-point card. I typically don't max this one out until the end of the game. And then I pick up a Cast Converter, which is just an incredibly versatile card to use for phase. It basically allows you to pass 50 health regen per second for 10 seconds to whoever you're linked with. So the caveat being you have to actually take damage. So if you're in the fight, if you're in the fray, you take some shots and you activate Cast Converter, it's going to pass that health regen onto your teammates and they're going to get a quick burst of about 500 health. In addition to the health regen that you have from like Telekinetic Link and using your ability. So there's times where you'll burst heal for upwards of 100 health, especially late game. It could be upwards of like 150, 175. It's been some of my peaks with Cast Converter active as well. So it's an awesome, awesome card. By the late game, I am picking up another Gift of the Rains. I pick up Matspor Sash. This is a heavy, heavy health regen build. However, I do have a number of flex cards in my deck as well. I have Tainted Magic that I don't have any cards slotted in. I have Overflowing Gifts and I have Quenching Scales, and then I have Bubble Tap. Now health regen, again, as I mentioned, is the primary focus of my deck build. In most games, I'm typically around 30 plus health regen by the time the game ends, but I've gotten upwards of around 50 health regen if the game goes into the long stretch, those extra innings, if you will. Now, it's worth noting I have a number of cards that I don't fully upgrade. I mentioned one in Tainted Magic. I have an empty Thick Blood. Those are both very unique and situational cards that I use for the passives. Tainted Magic is a card that I use against a tanky enemy team. Think Greystone, Rampage, Steel type of team compositions. And then the other cards, I kind of have 1-pointers in. Overflowing Gifts, Bubble Tap, I use mana now in 1 slot, and Overflowing Gifts, I have a 4-point health card. And what's cool about Overflowing Gifts is it has the same effect as Circlet of Health. So you get the carry, or whoever's nearby gets to do a bit of double dipping with your link target. So they get your 9.5 additional health regen, and they also get the health regen that's part of the AoE. So it's a type of interaction that makes it super cool, like Circlet of Health, and it makes a nice early mid-game card if you want to go that route. Now, the other card that I was talking about, Bubble Tap, is one that tends to be used when the enemy team has a team composition that is good at isolating phase. Community members are starting to pick up some team compositions that severely limit phase's effectiveness. So I've slowly been using Bubble Tap a bit more for the shield to negate burst damage on me. So think something like Countess and Kalari, which can be particularly tough to deal with, in addition to team compositions that have more than 2 stuns. So let's say Countess jumps on you, you hit him with the blind, she's gonna probably hit you with their AoE. So as she jumps on you, if you activate Bubble Tap, you can mitigate some of that damage, blind her, and then get away. In terms of the stuns, if you think about team compositions like Narbash, Rampage, and Bellica on the opposing team, it can be very tough because you can't pull a stunned ally. So you kind of end up in a situation where you're just kind of standing there like, can I pull yet? Can I pull yet? Nope, 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 nope. And then before you know it, your teammate is blown up. And potentially, you could be in a similar situation. Now, if you're looking for the ability breakdowns that I typically do, I recommend checking out the gameplay and ability tips video at the end of this video. It's annotated at the end. I hope you all enjoyed this deck build guide. I'm also toying around with a cooldown reduction build and may post that one as well here soon. Let me know if you'd like me to see, if you'd like me to do that down in the comment section down below. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, so you guys don't miss any of my future Paragon gameplay breakdowns, tips, and deck build guides. And until the next time, folks, I will catch you all later. Stay frosty.